Happy Friday, everybody. We made it. We made it. It's been a hell of a week. Well, it's been a hell of the last 4 weeks. It's been one thing after another. It's been crazy. I've been in here chatting. Who did I miss? I missed Halo Art. Good morning. 2 Boston moms in the house. Kalada Hope, how are you? Hello, Petunia. Teresa, good morning. Kamari's here. Soulshine's here. Yonka's here. Jody Landis is grabbing us all some coffee. I like mine community coffee, please. I like the pecan roast and just a little bit of creamer. I don't ask for too much. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Hello, Magoo. True Crime Beat is in the house. Did Tiffany make it in? Because this is her jam. 2 Boston Mom says she's on vacation after today. Woo! Nene said, did OJ finish up wrapping Greg's gifts? Yeah. What did you think about that? Can't take OJ anywhere. I tried to make the bed, and he's laying in it. Oh, hang on. We have an important announcement. Rock and Rolla, she says, today is my birthday. I turn 58 today. Let's take a second and tell our friend Rock and Rolla happy birthday. Happy birthday, my friend. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your amazing comments, your support of the channel, and especially your friendship. I hope that your birthday is the best ever. Tiffany is in the house. I would never do this show if Tiffany was not here for a lot of reasons. She said, I'm here, and Sonia and Dr. Chambers. Make sure Sonia and Dr. Chambers sub up. Thank you, Tiffany. We have a lot going on. A lot going on. Our girl, Sarah, Sawa, the Boone's Farm Barbie, as we have named her. She's been a busy girl. She's been back to writing letters. They can't afford the experts they need to prove the battered woman syndrome. She's smarter than the judge. She still wants to take the stand in her own defense. I celebrate that move. I celebrate that move. Let's take a poll. Who wants Sawa to take the stand in her own defense? Because I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I know Rexy's not too far from the trial. I know True Crime Beat's not too far from the trial. Hopefully they're there. Sonia Allen said, I do. North Carolina Mountain Girls said, yes. Shonda, yes. Yes, we want to see this. We want to see this. Marguerite said, definitely me. Don't let us down, Sarah. Come on. DT Driver said, absolutely I do. Nana Banana. Where'd it go? Did I not slow the chat down? Nana Banana said Sawa should definitely take the stand. Tiffany, me. I think we're going to have to raise some money to send our girl Tiff to the trial. I think we're going to have to do that. I think we're going to have Tiffany on the scene. Remember during the Kylie Rodney, we had JPL on the scene every day. She was going to Truckee, California, showing us the ins and outs of the town. I think we need Tiffany on the scene. And if she gets acquitted, we want to get her. We want to get her on the show, because I still want to know how she got old boy in the suitcase, kicked it down the damn stairs, didn't remember taking the video, sucked out of the spigot as she was straddling the sticker bush, telling the people that were there to investigate to get her a Dr. Pepper, get her a cigarette. They're like, we need you to sit right there. And she's up meandering around a crime scene. Jinbug is on. Jinbug said, Tiffany, I'll supply the Boone's farm. Mama Kay said, oh snap, we do need her on the show. Unseen Thinker said she's not going to get acquitted. Well, as everyone is piling in, I see some new names in here. All here for our hero, Sarah. Not really a hero, but you know what I mean. The talk of the town, the talk of the show. Let's take a second and tell everyone hello. Tell your neighbor good morning, TGIF. Glad you're here. Good morning again, everybody. I also want to say thank you to my dear friend, Kat. She has the channel Cats, Chats, Crime, and Coffee. She made the thumbnail for me yesterday. My Bizart wasn't working. Christina said, girl, you need PayPal. I have a PayPal. I use it for eBay. Do you need some money, Christina? Izzy's in the house. Good morning. Do you need me to PayPal you, Christina? Do I even know my PayPal? Yes, I think Kat did a great job. It captured our girl Sarah. It captured her. I mean, the hands on the face, the whole thing. Nothing like Sarah Boone. Boone's Farm Barbie. Oh, Christina said, put it in the chat so I can send you money. Damn. Thank you, Christina. I will have to dig it up and find it. She said, plus I need a damn t-shirt. And this is very important, everybody. We are selling Boone's Farm Barbie t-shirts. Now, on this channel, we don't sell t-shirts for $35, $40. They're $18, okay? So on the community tab, I'm going to put a picture of the shirt. You're going to want to wear it everywhere, everybody. I'm talking homecoming, weddings, Mexican restaurants. Anywhere you go, you're going to want to wear this shirt. When you go get groceries, when you go to the doctor's office. I'm working on Tiffany's this weekend. And we're going to watch the trial together, and everyone's going to be wearing it. Everybody can come on panel, turn on their camera. True Crime Beat, thank you. Wear it to the pool. Wear it to the pool. It's what I'm talking about. Mama She, thank you. She said, I got my shirt and I'm ready for trial and all. Mama She was the first one to order. I'll tell you what, I think Jules wore hers the 4th of July. DT Driver said, designed by me. This is true. Snow says, I want one. Yep, I will put it on the community tab. I will put it on the community tab. Vibe with My Tribe, which, by the way, is a very cool name, said, I'm in Orlando. Should I wear it to the trial? Absolutely. Absolutely. If they uncuff her, have her sign it and let us know. Because I have a feeling she's not going to disappoint. I mean, hell, we've seen the interrogation. We've seen her in trial. We've seen her with the spigot. We've seen the whole 9 yards. We've seen it all. She never disappoints. Ever. Ever. Never. And you're going to love this shirt. It's great quality. If you would like it to be a half top or like a muscle shirt, because, you know, she rolls up her sleeves, you let me know. Call me Tom Ford. I am your fashion designer. I'm here for you. All right, let's get to it. You know me, I rewind for our friend Stickerbush. I have to. I rewind. So let's go through the 911 call to get ourselves refamiliarized and go from there. This is on Fox 35 Orlando.
911, what is the location of your emergency?
4748 France Court, apartment 3.
4748, what's the street name?
France, FRANTZ.
And the apartment number?
3.
Is this a police or medical?
My boyfriend is dead.
Okay, send the line for the fire department. Do not hang up.
She is very calm because she hasn't had, she still has a lot of sugar in the gas tank, if you know what I mean. She still has a lot of sugar in the gas tank. She hasn't had a drink of the dog that bit her yet, if you know what I mean. She's very chill.
Fire rescue. So location emergency.
That's 32.
No, please don't leave.
4748 France Lane, apartment 3.
France Court.
So this right here tells me that the ex-husband was about to leave. She said, no, please don't leave. And this poor old fella had to take her to a Christmas party one time where she told people that she was studying to be an astronaut. Studying to be an astronaut. And now here he is at a crime scene. And he said, he's told, please don't leave. Get your ass over here.
France Court?
Yes.
Okay, is this near Mackenzie Drive?
I don't know where that is.
Okay, fine, okay.
It's Hillwood Park Apartments.
Okay, 4748 France, correct?
Correct.
All right, correct. Now tell me exactly what happened there.
My boyfriend and I were playing last night, and I put him in his case and we were playing. And
Okay.
like kind of hide and seek kind of thing. So
I got to turn on the closed captions because God be with this 911 dispatcher. Now, what happened? My boyfriend and I were playing and I put him in a suitcase and, well, now he's dead. He goes, okay. Still want to know how she got old boy in the suitcase. I still want to know how that went down.
I fell asleep and I woke up and he was dead in the suitcase. So I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened.
Right, okay, what's your apartment number?
3.
Apartment 3?
Yes, like he has like blood coming out of his mouth, and I don't know if like he had like an aneurysm or what happened.
Right, okay, all right, okay. Listen, we're getting help out there too. All right, okay. Okay,
Now?
Okay, yeah, man, listen, we're on our way out there. You're at 407-716-8684. Okay, is he hanging from somewhere or what, ma'am?
No, I pulled him out of the suitcase. I tried giving him CPR.
Okay, so he was in a suitcase?
Yes, and I fell asleep.
Okay, how old is the
42.
boyfriend, ma'am? 42-year-old male. All right. Okay, we're sending help out there. Sheriff's officer way out there?
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
sorry?
Yeah, okay. All right, listen to me. Okay, I just need to confirm this. All right, I understand. I just need to confirm this. Is he awake at all? Is he conscious at all?
No, he's purple.
Is he breathing?
No.
All right.
She's like a coroner. Listen to her. He's purple. He's purple. Damn, Sarah.
I need you to get him on the floor, flat on his back for me, okay?
I did. I tried giving him CPR.
All right.
I tried giving him CPR.
Yeah, okay. Well,
Now, do you see our Florence Nightingale here getting old boy out of the suitcase and giving him mouth to mouth? Sarah Hasselhoff. Did she put on her red bathing suit and come running down the stairs like Pamela Anderson in Baywatch? Do we see our girl doing that? Do you all see the Boone's Farm Barbie? Because if she did, he would have come to life because she had so much alcohol in her system. It would have woke him right up.
No, but nothing happened. He's purple.
Okay, listen to me. There's a defibrillator available. I need you to get it for me, okay?
What is
You have
it?
an AED? You have an AED available?
No.
All right. Are you right by him now?
I'm sorry?
Are you right by him now?
Yes.
Okay. Lay him flat on his. Okay, ma'am, listen. So listen, is he cold and stiff?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, he's not necessarily cold, but he's stiff. And he's
Right.
purple.
Okay. All right. Listen to me. Listen to me. I want you to lay him flat on his back for me on the floor.
I did.
Removing the pillows. Okay.
Yes, I did.
All right. Okay.
Listen to Sarah Hasselhoff, Sarah Anderson Lee. I did. I've already done all that. Don't talk to me about medical stuff. I already did it. I've got my CPR certificate hanging on the wall. You'll see it when you get here. I've already done all that. I told you, he's purple.
He's stiff and purple.
Right. Okay. Listen. Okay, man. That's fine. We're still going to do compressions on him. Okay. All right.
He's dead and purple. We're not talking about his penis, Sarah. We're talking about him. He's telling you to do compressions and CPR.
Place the heel of your hand on his breastbone, right in the center of the chest, right between the nipples.
Yes.
Put your other hand on top of that hand.
Baby, I'm telling you. Just by looking at him, you can tell.
Okay. And?
Please. Okay, he just gurgled.
Okay.
That scream. Listen to that. Ah! 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 He gurgled. Listen to her again. This is not a real scream because I have a feeling she screams like a damn banshee. We heard about those scratches on his back.
He just gurgled.
Okay. Listen.
Looking at him, you can tell.
Okay. And?
Please. Okay, he just gurgled.
Okay. Listen to me. All right. I want you to place the heel of your hand. Okay, right between his chest, right between his breastbones.
Yes.
Put your other hand on top of that hand.
Yes,
We want to pump his chest to me hard and fast, going to this twice per second.
I'm doing it again.
She's not doing anything. He goes, it's going to be hard and fast. She knows what hard and fast is. She goes, I'm doing it again, okay? I'm doing it again. We need this hard and fast. She's like, yeah, that's what I told him before he got in the suitcase. Ah! I need it hard and fast. Now she's like, I'm doing it again. No, you're not. When someone is giving someone CPR, you can tell something's going on in the back. Oh, girl was looking for her cigarettes and walking around the house.
Okay, no, just keep on pumping. That's all you need to do for me. Keep on pumping his chest for me. I don't need you to stop and talk or anything. I just want you to count out loud for me, okay?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. This is missing.
Okay, ma'am, just keep on pumping his chest. That's all you need to do for me, okay?
Yes. Come on, please. Hurry up.
Okay, ma'am, they're driving here as fast as they can. Okay, don't stop to say hurry up. Just keep on pumping and counting.
I'm still doing it while I'm talking to you, okay?
Okay.
Sarah, you know what pumping and counting means. Is she getting confused? About this? Where did Tiff run off to? Is Tiff pissing her pants? Tiff said, I got to meet Boone one day. She's not doing anything. You can tell. When people have gone to the hospital after CPR and chest compressions, and they will actually have fractured ribs. No, She might have even taken like her big toe and touched his chest and been like, there you go, I tried.
Still doing it.
All right, just continue pumping his chest. Count on us, I can count with you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Please hurry.
Okay, man, they're getting there as fast as they can.
Please hurry. She's counting. I took a CPR class one time, okay? And this was just on a rubber dummy, okay? And let me tell you, it winded me. It did, the whole thing. Elaine said she's on her second CPR class. You can't hold a phone and do this. There's no way. You cannot give a chest compression and be on the phone counting like you're Big Bird on Sesame Street. You can't. We're not asking how many drinks you had yesterday, Sarah.
Can, okay?
He's stiff and he's purple.
Okay. Keep pumping his chest for me, ma'am.
I'm still doing it, okay? Still doing it. Just don't make me count.
Right, okay, that's fine. You're doing a good job. Just keep on doing it for me. That's all right. They're getting there as fast as they can, along with the sheriff's office also, okay?
Please.
Okay. Keep on pumping, ma'am. 1,
We were playing hide
2,
and seek.
3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep on pumping for me, ma'am.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Believe me, I'm doing it, okay? We were playing
Okay.
hide and seek.
Okay. All right, I understand. All right, just keep on pumping for me, okay? Okay.
Please hurry. This
Right,
is
okay.
horrible. This is horrific.
This is horrific. Please do another scream, Sarah. Ah! Ah!
What happened? Like, what happened?
Okay, ma'am, just keep on pumping his chest for me, okay? They're in the parking lot. They should be up there shortly, okay?
I'm still doing it, okay?
All right, okay, good. And you found them in a suitcase, you said?
Yes. We were playing hide and seek last night. I fell asleep. I think they're here.
Right, just keep on pumping his chest.
We were playing hide and seek last night. Now let's talk about hide and seek. We've all played hide and seek, I'm pretty sure. The part of that game is that nobody knows where you're hiding. She knew he was in the suitcase. I hope they bring in an expert. I hope they bring in a 10-year-old into the courtroom to explain how hide and seek works. I really do. I hope they bring in a whole Boy Scout tribe and say, oh, this is what happens when you play hide and seek. You look for the person that's hiding. Sometimes it's behind a tree. Nope, you're not blocked, V. Oakley. I see you, honey buns. You know, sometimes in a closet. I don't know. Bring in a 10-year-old expert and explain to the jury when you play hide and seek, because to me, this solves the crime. You don't know where the hider is. Part of the game is you look for them. She knew he was in the suitcase.
It's until they take over, okay?
I am.
Okay.
I am.
Okay.
I am.
Okay.
Open. Come in. Can I stop pumping now?
Let them take over for you, okay?
And right here is where Sarah should have never said another word. She should have gotten an attorney and been done with it. You see, she painted herself into a corner, and I'm not taking up for her. I think it's definitely manslaughter. I think it definitely is. But my God. Because when it comes down to the law, they don't care about puzzles and hide and seek and how many bottles of wine you really went through or Xanny you decided to take. I think it's going to come down to hide and seek. I'm all about having a 10-year-old expert.
When was the last time anybody saw him? Last night. We were playing hide and seek. He hit the suitcase. Okay. But unfortunately, he's been down too long. There's nothing we can do for him.
Hello, ma'am.
And so we're there, obviously.
All right.
Yeah, no, my boyfriend. Is your boyfriend? Okay. Does he have any kind of metaphors? No. No, not that I know of.
Hello?
Hey, ma'am, the fire department's going to take care of you now, okay? Yeah, so we'll see you there.
All righty. Oh, ma'am, is still there? Hello?
No. And it's a little hard to hang up the phone as you're doing chest compressions and all this going on. The door's open. The door's open. Ah! All right. So after the 911 call, the police get there and they get a whole belly full of Boone's Farm Barbie. They get a whole belly full of it. They're figuring out real quick that this story is not adding up. We're not going to go through the whole thing because we have a lot to get through.
Yeah, that's the time you called it? Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
You can't go back inside. What's going on? Who is he to you? Boyfriend?
Yes, for like 3.5 years.
What happened?
He and I, we drank last night. We had a.
Can you pass this to the around to the FD guys? Stop. They need to sign that for sure.
They're with me, so they're not.
Oh, they're not leaving?
I
Okay.
think I'll walk around.
Sarah was reaching for the clipboard like she was asking her to take it to the FD. She's always a helper. Always a helper. Like, oh, yeah, I'll take it over there. Look at that. No, not you, Sarah.
They need to sign that for sure.
They're with me, so they're not.
Oh, they're not leaving?
I
Okay.
think I'll walk around.
No. Each of them has to, because this might be a real thing. So each of them has to put their name in.
Normally, I just put everybody.
Yeah, you call it.
What's going on?
Sorry,
I just got here, so fill me in.
No problem. Like,
Yeah,
he and
I'm
I
sorry.
are putting a puzzle together. We've been doing some artwork together.
You are putting a puzzle together?
Yes, we have a puzzle that we started in there.
Okay.
We've been doing art, trying to take stuff off the wall to make new art put up there, like having a good time with one another. But we're drinking. We had a bottle of wine last night.
Okay.
So then it's like, we decided to play hide and seek, right?
Okay. This is where it gets very sticky for the Boone's Farm Barbie. We've been together 3.5 years. Roberta said, Brooks, you play hide and seek with your husband? No. So Sarah Ross here had a bottle of wine. We were doing art and puzzles. Now, these two fight like cats in a pillowcase, okay? They do. Wet cats in a pillowcase. But now we're doing art and puzzles and going to have a bottle of wine. That would be 4 glasses. I know, because I can kill a bottle of wine myself if I'm super stressed out. That's not going to do it for our girl Sarah. That's not going to do it for the Boone's Farm Barbie. 2 glasses of wine would never tickle that liver. Her kidneys would laugh at that. They'd say, that's all you got? All we do is metabolize sugar around here. Come on, you got more than that in the tank.
Okay. So he gets in the suitcase. Okay.
Who is this guy?
That's my ex-husband, my former husband.
How did he live here with you guys?
No, I called him over here.
Okay.
I didn't know what to do.
Okay.
I didn't know what to do.
Okay.
So then he came over here.
Here, let's talk in private, okay?
I called you guys. I tried giving him some the problem is I fell asleep.
I fell asleep. When did you do CPR?
This morning when I found it.
Before you called?
Yes.
Don't ever doubt her. Before you called? Yes! Yes! She's talking to the 911 dispatcher. I already did that. I can't wait for the artwork to come out in trial. I want to see the puzzle. I want to see the pictures of the house. What kind of puzzle did we put together? Let's see the artwork, because I'm dying to see it. Yes! Get off my dick!
It's 1 o'clock right now.
I tried. I was awake, but I actually got out of the bed at like 12:30ish, whatever. So I came downstairs, and I was like, "Oh, he's in the suitcase still." And that's when I found him, and I took him out. I tried doing CPR, and then I called him, and then I called you guys.
Did he get here before the fire department got here?
Who?
Your husband or
Yes.
your ex-husband?
Yes.
Okay. Where does he live at?
Right down the street.
Okay. So you were playing, and who dipped him up in?
I did, but then I fell asleep.
Okay. Stop. You're okay. I wasn't here. I'm just trying to figure out what
I
happened.
fell asleep, so I don't know if he suffocated or like had an aneurysm or a heart attack or
What
what.
kind of medical conditions does he have?
None that I know of.
Nothing that you know of.
None
You
that
didn't
I
take
know
any
of.
medicine
No.
last night?
No.
No medicine.
All we had was a bottle of wine. Literally, just a bottle of wine.
Okay.
Doing puzzle artwork. Then we decided to play hide and seek.
Mhm.
That's all that happened.
Okay.
So I don't know if he had a heart attack or what in there. Like, I don't know what happened.
So how long were you doing CPR on him prior to you calling 911? You tried that all morning?
Yes.
Okay.
And then I called him while I was
What
doing
time
CPR.
did you start? Probably give me a rough ballpark. Here, let me fill this deputy in, okay?
Please, may I have my Dr. Pepper? I am
Hold on,
so
one
cotton
second,
mouth
one
right now.
second.
Get me a Dr. Pepper. I'm so cottonmouth right now. Now, it's going to be a big deal that she called her ex-husband to come over before she called the authorities. Was she thinking that he was going to help her hide him? I don't know. But there's not a lucid train of thought going on. Give me a Dr. Pepper. I've got cottonmouth. You damn civil servant. Get over there and get me one. I pay taxes, damn it. Get over there and get me a Dr. Pepper.
Ma'am, and you can't talk to him until we get done with this, okay?
Just don't leave, okay, Brian?
Thank you, ma'am.
Well,
Appreciate it. Thank you.
I'll get Lucas then.
I know.
Do me a favor. Stand over there by that car. Give me 1 second. Just give us a
Can I
second,
get
okay?
you
We
or
gotta...
somebody else on that call operation?
It's on the counter.
I can't move anything from out of the house.
For 20 Bravo, but
Like, I'm
Here, I want you to sit down because I don't want you passing out. This is probably a lot for you to deal
I
with,
need
right? Sit.
Ma'am,
I don't.
water. Just water.
I can get you some water, okay? Just I want you not on your seat because I don't want you passing out on me.
Generator call.
I need water.
Okay, I'll get some for you.
You're trying to Charlie, but you're on it.
Hey, how are you? Okay, so you don't live here in this house.
No. I live down in Lake Winona Cove.
Lake Winona Cove. Okay. Yeah. So kind of tell me how you came here today, or.
Well, I've been calling.
Come down here because we got to talk.
I've been calling since.
You've been calling your ex-wife or current wife?
Yes.
Okay.
No. Ex-wife. We've
Okay.
been divorced about a year and a half.
Bravo.
About 11:30 is when I started calling to find out because this is supposed to be her day.
Give
So,
me
her child.
1764, please.
Okay.
She's generally not very good about always doing it.
They called back and said she was still there, or she came back.
So I was calling to find out if she was going to be getting him or not today.
From school.
Yes.
This is a prime example of someone that only cares about their own ass. That's it. She knows she could be in a heap of trouble. That Dr. Pepper is not going to bring her back to the reality of what went on the last night. She is dehydrated AF is what she is.
Okay.
Yes. So I started calling like 11:30. Called every half hour or so, and then
She was back inside the lobby.
finally got a hold of her
I'll go
at
back to you.
12:49, which is when she told me what was going on and if I'd come over here. So I came over.
She called at 12:45.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or 12:49.
12:49.
Got over here, told her she need to call 911, get somebody over here, and then basically she said she needed to go outside, have a drink and a cigarette. I walked back out the house because I didn't really want to
Who
be
called?
in there.
Did you call or did she call?
Well, I called. She called me back when I was on my way to make sure I was coming over. But I called her
Give me
initially.
1 second, okay?
But I called her
Do
initially.
you have water in your car by any chance?
I don't think so.
Nothing?
No,
Okay.
No, I don't.
Okay, so she called, you get over here. And
I called her first.
Okay.
Okay, now mind you, she knows about hide and seek. She knows he was in the suitcase, but she says, I don't know if he had an aneurysm or a heart attack. I don't know if he had an aneurysm or a heart attack.
Trying to find out if she's going to get Lucas. That's what she told me everything was going on. I got my stuff together, put the puppy up in this crate. When I was starting to drive over here is when she called me to make sure I was coming, and then I got over here right after
Did you
that.
go inside and see and then?
I walked inside the front. I didn't see the little front tile area.
Come on, step this way.
I saw legs. I just didn't really want to be in there around it, so I told her.
Well, just for the sake of the crime scene, I want to know if I were to find your footprint, it would be because you went this far into the house. So did you actually make into the threshold?
I don't think I ever made it to the carpet. I think it was just in that. I've been over here before.
Right. Yeah.
But no, I don't think I stepped past that tile area.
Okay. So
I touched doorknob. I don't think I touched anything in the kitchen. I don't know if that really matters.
Yeah. Okay, so that's pretty much the gist of what you have. Well, sit tight for us. We're going to make a few phone calls, and then we'll go from there. Do you know if he has any medical issues or?
I don't.
Okay, but you've met him before.
I've met him before, yes.
Okay.
Yes. They've got a whole fun history.
Oh, really?
Oh, you guys have called over there quite a few times.
For the two of them?
Yeah, he's been around for like 5 times.
Really? Okay, I'm not familiar with him. So, I haven't been here personally. So they have
he's currently on parole because of it. So
because of domestic violence with her.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Last time he got retrial something or other. He had to go to a domestic violence class.
Okay.
I know he was doing it at a parole officer, stuff like that. But I mean, like every time she had him arrested, the next day she was trying to get bailed out. So I don't know what it is.
Oh, she's getting water from the tap. Probably gonna pass out on it. Okay. Well, listen. Please do me a favor.
Oh, no.
I'll make a few phone
not a problem.
calls.
I mean,
where's your kid need to be picked up?
Lakeline Elementary.
How soon though?
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock. Okay.
I normally leave out.
Let me try and get this going for you because I know you need that. Martinez. And this is the boyfriend?
Yes.
How long?
3.5 years.
Living together that whole time?
Yes.
Okay. And your last name?
Boone.
Spell it.
Boone.
First name?
Sarah. Sarah.
Birth date?
10/10/77.
So you've had a second to kind of collect yourself. Tell it to me again. You guys were playing last night, drinking a bottle of wine,
Putting puzzles together, doing artwork.
doing puzzles, artwork. Okay.
Had a bottle of wine, and then decided to play hide and seek. So he.
What time was that? Do you remember?
I mean, I know that I was in bed probably by 12:30.
Okay.
Well, I went upstairs at least, and I fell asleep, forgetting that he was in
you
the
guys
suitcase.
were playing the hide and go seek.
Yes.
at some point you put him in the suitcase?
No, he got in the suitcase. So
Okay.
he thought it would be funny to be put in the suitcase. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to joke with you and I'll zip you up and make him, squirm a little bit, whatever it is. But then I fell asleep.
Uh-oh, Sarah. He wanted to get in the suitcase. Now, ladies, gentlemen, whoever thinks it's going to be fun to get in a suitcase? I thought it'd be funny to watch him squirm. Look at her on the screen. And then I fell asleep. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I fell asleep.
Where was the suitcase?
Right where it is.
In it. Right down there?
Yes.
You zipped him in there.
Yes.
Thought he would be funny, a little
It
joke.
was. We both were laughing about it.
Okay.
And then I fell asleep.
Where did you fall asleep at?
Upstairs.
In your bedroom?
Yes.
Okay.
Totally forgetting that he was in the suitcase still.
Okay. And then you came back downstairs
this morning or this afternoon, yes, when I got up.
What time?
12:30-ish. I was awake, but I totally forgot that he was in the suitcase. He can tell you there's a lot of things that we have been going through. Jobs.
Yeah, he did tell me.
Life, all that good stuff. So I just totally forgot.
So you began to do CPR on him?
Yes. Yes.
About what time this morning did you start doing that CPR?
No, it was the afternoon.
Oh my God. And he gurgled. And he gurgled. Well, she's the smartest person she knows. Does she not understand what happens when someone is deceased? She totally, at this point, forgot that she took a video. That's why I said Sarah should have never said a word. I don't know what happened. Not that I'm taking it for Sarah. Let the investigation take its course because she muddied the water. I just wanted to watch him squirm. I thought it'd be funny to watch him squirm.
This afternoon because I was awake, but then I finally decided to come downstairs at like 12:30-ish, whatever it is, and I was like, I forgot he was in the suitcase and he wasn't moving, nothing was happening, so I unzipped it, took him out and started doing CPR on him. Mm-hmm. He was on his way over here. I called you when he got here.
Once he got here, you called us?
Yes.
Okay.
And air was coming out and he was gurgling, but I could just tell by looking at him.
But you knew how to do CPR. You were doing that on your own?
Yes.
Okay.
And then the person that was on the phone with me also, I counted with him doing it.
And he's got no medical? He doesn't take any medication?
I don't know. I don't know medical-wise. I know he doesn't take any medications whatsoever. Okay. The only thing, like I said, I don't know if alcohol had something to do with it, but we had a bottle of wine.
Okay. All right. Here, I want you to sit back down because I don't want
Can I have one more sip of water, please?
Yeah, go on.
Denver, 29 Residential, Audible, 1303 Island Bay Drive.
And there she goes, sucking out of the spigot. I actually had a comment from the last show. We've had several shows about Boone's Farm Barbie. And somebody wanted to teach me about plumbing. They said it's very common for farmers and gardeners to drink out of the spigot. And I'm like, no, farmers are out in the field and they bring water with them. Gardeners have water with them. They're like, it's the same pipes that go into your house. And I'm like, why are we discussing this? She's straddling a sticker bush and sucking the county water out of the side of the apartment building. Can I have one more drink of water? Look at her.
The person that was on the phone with me also, I counted with him doing it.
And he's got no medical? He doesn't take any medication?
I don't know. I don't know medical-wise. I know he doesn't take any medications whatsoever. Okay. The only thing, like I said, I don't know if alcohol had something to do with it, but we had a bottle of wine.
Okay. All right. Here, I want you to sit back down because I don't want
Can I have one more sip of water, please?
Yeah, go on.
Denver, 29 Residential, Audible, 1303 Island Bay Drive.
I'll do what I can to get you a cup because I don't want you to have to keep doing that.
I don't want you to keep having to do that. Oh my God. Oh my God. Woo! Look at that. All right. So she's trying to unstraddle the sticker bush. Now watch the shoulder. Watch how we clean the mouth, everybody. If I need to do this in slow motion, please let me know. I have no problem. You know I don't. I'm here for you.
I'll do what I can to get you a cup because I don't want you to have to keep doing that.
front door.
Whoop, there you go. Just clean that off with that sleeve. Grab the nose too.
The motor unit on the channel.
The cups are like right there.
Okay.
44 motor unit.
Right here.
Okay, so then again, she points, she tells her waitress, she points, entitled. She was, the cups are in there. You civil servant. Get your ass in there and get me a cup. I've already asked you for a Dr. Pepper. I already told you to go on the back patio and get me a cigarette. I understand. You're here to clean up a crime scene, but what about my comfort? You think you're going to get a tip out of me? Next, she's going to be asking for extra dip with her bloomin' onion.
Don't talk to the ex-husband right
Oh,
now.
I won't.
Okay?
I won't. Can I have a cigarette, please?
Ma'am, I can't take anything out of the house.
It's on the back porch.
Nope, all of it. It's secure.
Yeah, get over there. Yeah, come on. It's just on the back porch. My God, horrible service around here. Horrible service around here.
Here, okay? I'll try my best to get you what you need, okay? Maybe one of these deputies has a pack from someone, you know, sit down and I'll try and get you what you need, okay?
Just cut, please.
Okay. I don't want you on your feet. Yeah. Want to talk over here?
This is one-star service. If Sarah hadn't handed her phone over to the authorities, she would have put a Yelp review out that would have curled their toes. Thank you, Tara Pink, for the super sticker. Thank you, Collector. Please check your email. I definitely will, my friend. I definitely will. So as Boone's Farm Barbie is having an issue with the service that she's getting as a tax-paying citizen, what she forgets, now she goes on to tell him, whatever you need, whatever you need, whatever you need. Well, what she forgets is that she had taken a video of something that does not appear to be hide and seek. Does not appear to be hide and seek. Now I'm going to put the trigger warning up because this is hard to see. There's the trigger warning. Trying to do the right thing here.
On April 10th, a woman named Sarah Boone will go on trial for allegedly zipping her boyfriend into a suitcase back in 2020. She recorded his pleas for help and then let him die. We're going to show you this video, the video of the recording. Keep an eye on the suitcase. Very, very disturbing to watch. Take a look.
Sarah.
For everything you've done to me.
Sarah.
For everything you've done to me.
Sarah.
You.
Sarah.
He's like, can't you let me out? This isn't fun. For everything you did to me. F you. F you. F you.
You.
Sarah.
Stupid.
Sarah.
That's my name. Don't wear it up.
Sarah. I can't breathe, babe.
I cannot effing breathe, babe. That's my name. Don't wear it out. That's my name. Don't wear it out. I don't care how inebriated she is. He's begging for his life. I can't breathe. When someone says they can't breathe, you better get your ass up and off the phone.
Sarah, is he?
Yeah, that's when you do when you choke me.
Sarah. 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 Sarah, I can't breathe, babe.
That's on you.
Sarah, I can't breathe.
It's on you.
Sarah.
Real or ransom. Might want to get video for it extra.
The closed captions can't even figure out what she's saying because she's so dang blasted.
Because I got this.
Sarah.
Real or ransom.
Sarah. Sarah, I can't breathe, babe.
Oh. That's what I feel like when you cheat on me.
Sarah.
You.
can't breathe, Sarah.
I can't breathe, Sarah. I can't breathe, Sarah. She's like, F you. That's how it feels when you cheat on me. Well, when he cheats on you, because I have a feeling they had a very toxic relationship, Sarah doesn't wind up in a suitcase.
Yeah. You should probably shut the
Sarah.
Shh.
I mean, I don't even know what to say coming out of that.
Okay, News Daddy is about to shit his pants laughing. Look at his face. I mean, I don't know what to say. Watch News Daddy.
I mean, I don't even know what to say coming out of that. You know, the man was apparently dying inside the suitcase there, and she was just recording the entire thing, and you know, not doing anything as he continued to repeat her name. Not until the following afternoon did Boone call 911. This was in Winter Park, Florida, and tell dispatchers that Jorge Torres Jr. Was dead. Here is what she told the authorities when they arrived.
So you've had a second to kind of collect yourself. Tell it to me again. You guys were playing last night, drinking a bottle of wine,
Putting puzzles together, doing artwork.
doing puzzles, artwork. Okay.
Had a bottle of wine and then decided to play hide and seek.
Mhm.
So he
What
gets,
time was that? Do you remember?
I mean, I know that I was in bed probably by like what, 12:30?
Okay.
Well, I went upstairs at least and I fell asleep.
Okay.
Forgetting that he was
So
in
you
the
guys were
suitcase.
playing the hide and go seek.
Yes.
And at some point you put him in the suitcase?
No, he got in the suitcase. So he thought it would be funny to be put in the suitcase. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to joke with you and I'll zip you up and make him, you know, squirm a little bit, whatever it is.
Mhm.
But then I fell asleep.
Mhm.
I fell asleep.
Where was the suitcase?
Right where
You got
it
in
is.
Right down there?
Yes.
You zipped him in there?
Yes.
Thought he would be funny, a little
It
joke.
was. We both were laughing about it.
Okay.
And then I fell asleep
Where did you fall asleep at?
upstairs.
In your bedroom?
Yes.
Okay.
Totally forgetting that he was in the suitcase still.
Okay. And then you came back.
Okay, so right here, and this is on body cam, she has admitted to manslaughter. Now she has changed, now they have changed it, and they're trying to find an expert to talk about battered women's syndrome. Look, Farrah Fawcett, this is not the burning bed. You zipped it up, you left him there, you've taped it, you taunted him, and you went to bed. That's exactly what happened. And you admitted to the authorities that you went to bed and went to sleep and just forgot he was there. That's called manslaughter.
Back downstairs.
This morning or this afternoon, yes, when I got up.
Park, what time?
12:30-ish. I was awake, but I totally forgot that he was in the suitcase. He can tell you there's a lot of things that we have been going through. Jobs.
Yeah, he did tell me.
Life, all that good stuff. So I just totally forgot.
You began to do CPR on him?
Yes. Yes.
About
And he
what
gurgled,
time this morning
like he
did you
gurgled.
start doing that CPR?
No, it was the afternoon. It was afternoon because
afternoon?
I was awake But then I finally decided to come downstairs at like 12:30-ish, whatever it is. And I was like, I forgot he was in the suitcase, and he wasn't moving. Nothing was happening. So I unzipped it, took him out and started doing CPR on him.
Mm-hmm.
He was on his way over here. I called you when he got here.
Once he got here, you called us?
Yes.
Okay.
And air was coming out and he was gurgling, but
mm-hmm.
I could just tell by looking at him.
But you knew how to do CPR? You were doing that on your own?
Yes.
Okay.
And then the person that was on the phone with me also, I counted with him doing it.
And he's got no medical? He doesn't take any medication?
I don't know. I don't know medical-wise. I know he doesn't take any medications whatsoever.
Okay.
Okay. Well, Sarah, 3.5 years, you would know his medical. You would know his medical. Thank you, Angel P. All right. So her trial was supposed to be later this month. And this has been going on for a long time. Well, it's not going to be. They're having problems with the old budget, trying to find somebody that'll go to bat for Boone's Farm Barbie. And it's getting very grueling. They're just not going to do it. You see, even when you're getting paid as an expert, your expert opinion counts for something. And when someone has taped something and told the authorities, I just went to sleep and forgot. That's what she said in a nutshell. I just went to sleep and forgot. That's called manslaughter. So you can't get up there as an expert witness and say, oh, I think this is a battered women's syndrome. It doesn't work that way. Let's check this out.
Telling us earlier on the show, for any courties who might have missed it, she gets prison mail from people across the globe.
And I'm thinking from Court TV viewers, because we air over in the UK, and we'll be talking about that a little bit more. But since our last report, just within the past hour, I'm hearing from a lot of Court TV viewers, and they're blowing up Twitter. They're sending you and I both messages about this case. They are watching very closely.
Yeah.
And some of the things that everybody, including us, we are watching for to see if she is actually going to be in court today, and the role that she's going to play and how she presents herself. She has been in court not every single hearing, and she's been very upset about that. How do I know? Well, she writes the judge and she writes her attorney. She's on attorney number 6 when it comes to public defenders. Another interesting thing about this case, you know, it involves one room and a man that died in a suitcase, but there is so much evidence. There's forensic evidence. There is cell phone forensic evidence. There's going to be the background of these two, their history, and there's going to be also all of her videos explaining away what happened that night. Take a listen.
The problem is I fell asleep. I fell asleep.
When did you do CPR?
This morning, when I found it.
Before you called?
Yes.
It's 1 o'clock right now.
I tried. I was awake, but I actually got out of the bed at like 12:30-ish, whatever. So I came downstairs, and I was like, oh, he's in the suitcase still.
All right, some of the other information with this case, we know that there is going to be a battle of the experts, the defense.
A battle of the experts. Well, the smartest person in the room is going to be Sarah. We know that. According to her, she excels at everything she does. She was a straight A student in middle school, training to be an astronaut in her own damn mind. I think they're going to have a very hard time getting an expert. And let's not forget, how many attorneys on the state dime has Boone's Farm Barbie gone through? Many.
They have already gotten approval from the state to spend quite a bit of money, when you think about it, on experts, including more than $7,000 for a forensic expert of their own. This is J.D. Thomas. He's the founder of Forensic Consulting Services. He'll be used as an expert. They've hired a private investigator with prison break investigations, and they're also going to be hiring an expert with domestic violence, a domestic violence psychologist. And Julie, I'm being told by our producers that are there in Florida right now, this is a bit of breaking news, she's not going to be in court today.
Oh, wow.
That chick is disappointed. Oh, wow. Because nothing's better than seeing Sarah in court or drinking out of the spigot, straddling a sticker bush. Listen to her. Oh, wow. So she's slowing down her own process. So many people are like, I don't know why these things take so long, because the defendant is holding it up. Listen to old girl. I do the same thing. I like her white suit. These people always remind me I need to get my hair done.
And Julie, I'm being told by our producers that are there in Florida right now, this is a bit of breaking news, she's not going to be in court today.
Wow. That's disappointing.
Oh, wow. That's disappointing. I bet Judge Wooten wasn't disappointed. Oh, wow. That's disappointing.
I'm sure disappointing for her as well.
Yeah. Wonder why. I wonder why.
I'll look into it.
Yeah. Thank you kindly for that, Matt. Because especially as you've told us, she wants to be very involved in her defense. She has a right to be present. I'm wondering, are they going to continue the hearing or something? I'm wondering if, are the lawyers going to be there? This makes me scratch my head.
Well, and today we were expecting to hear whether or not this trial was going to proceed sooner or later. Our sourcing telling us that this might actually be pushed to the fall. But again, we're standing by. We're going to learn more information today, of course. And we're also trying to learn more about her. We know that she's a mother.
Right.
She had shared custody. Her child, her son, would spend time in that home that she lived with, where this alleged murder took place. And when we're
and there she is. There she is. County Crocs, county clothes. She got her a county haircut. I can just imagine when she went to the county salon and said, oh, just take a little off the back, fluff it up a little bit.
talking about all of the correspondence, there's quite a bit. She gets quite upset when she can't attend a hearing like what we're hearing is happening today. In past...
Well, if she gets quite upset for not being able to attend hearings, then why wasn't she allowed to go? Or was she having one of her famous Sarah shit fits? What is it? Because she loves to be asked a question. Loves it.
You know, correspondence with her. Again, she has past 6 attorneys and also the judges in all of this. She wrote some letters, and this involves some of that. We have some quotes for you. I would like to be a part of all proceedings that pertain to me. And then she wrote, please help me understand how Court TV, she names us, different news channels,
she's watching, Matt.
and even professional YouTubers, she puts professional in air quotes, YouTubers attend my pretrial conference, and I cannot.
Because you're being a brat. Boone's Farm, you're being a brat. She says, how else am I to be kept updated in the, I don't know what that says, an actual, it's blurry. I gotta find my glasses. But she says, help me understand, please. How can Court TV, different news channels, and even professional YouTubers attend my pretrial conference and I cannot? Well, you're going to have to learn how to get along in the sandbox.
So, and that's why I was saying when we first were talking about this case, why I think how I think that the UK viewers are the ones that are reaching out to her, because she knows that Court TV is covering the case.
Yeah, who knows? We love our Court TV viewers in the UK and in the United States, so who knows? We'll see what happens here. Okay, Matt. Well, thank you for that. We're going to go in live as soon as it begins. I know you're going to watch things closely with us and help us unpack it throughout the day. We'll see if we get some answers this morning. Let me bring in our guest now. We have standing by a law enforcement expert guest to do some analysis with us. He's in the Woodlands, Texas today, former DEA Senior Special Agent David Katz. David, good morning to you. Thanks for being on the program. I want to know what you think about this case. It's bizarre. Now we're hearing that she's going to be putting forth this defense of what's sometimes referred to as the battered wife defense, alleging that she's a victim of domestic violence and this all happened because of what she experienced. Tell us what you see as a law enforcement analyst, please.
You said bizarre. This is bizarre. I mean, murder by suitcase? I'm still trying to wrap my head around the idea that she actually could force this guy into the suitcase and zip it up. Was he drunk? Was he acquiescing to? I mean, I just don't get it. It's just that is bizarre. You know, now, and you know, the fact that there are battered women who have taken steps against their abusers. I get that. And in most cases, when the abuse is real, I think human beings understand that completely. And we're generally on the side of the abused person who sometimes is not served properly by the criminal justice system. But for this particular case, I mean, she's got a really uphill battle. She's going to have to say that, or try to make the case that the only reason she took this guy, stuffed him in a suitcase, let him slowly suffocate to death, is the fact that there's some prior abuse. Well, she's going to have to substantiate that. Is she going to have police reports? Has she made complaints? Has she made statements? Has she gone to the hospital? Is it emotional abuse? This is going to be a very, very tough road. So it's bizarre.
It really is. David, thank you for that. I've got more questions for you. I have a clip I want to play. This clip to me is pretty telling because this is right after police are called, they're on the scene. And one of the first things she says to the officer she's speaking with is how she has concern that George Torres's family is going to think she killed him.
So, like, do you guys tell his family, like, today or after tomorrow? We have to. It's the law.
We have to go and make contact with the county.
Yeah.
They have to notify.
Once our investigation is pretty much complete here, once we leave here, we will be going to.
But again, we'll know.
Christina had a question. She said, was she working? Our girl, Sarah, no. No. She was actually getting alimony and child support from her ex-husband, and he was also helping pay the rent there. It is a crazy thing. She was walking out of a grocery store called Publix with Jorge, because I believe she's an abuser too. And his EBT card didn't work, okay? He gets food stamps. I'm not knocking anybody who has food stamps, but he had run out of money. Too much Dr. Pepper, okay? Too much Dr. Pepper. So it didn't work. So she had to use her card, whatever it was, EBT, debit card, whatever. And as they're walking out of the Publix, she had a 5-pound sack of taters and she hit him in the head with it. And then she said, pick him up, because it broke the bag. She said, pick him up, Spick. Pick him up. So he's out there picking up, after getting hit in the head with a sack of potatoes, picking him up out of the damn Publix parking lot because she was mad that he ran out of food stamps. That's how Sarah gets down.
I'm not going to just go into it without you knowing very much. We'll talk to you prior to doing anything like that.
But I understand what you guys and how you do it, and, you know, so, but, like, what do you just tell him? What do you tell his parents? Like, what's the reason as to why?
We tell them what we know at that point.
Yeah.
We tell them the truth.
And that we're going to be waiting for the autopsy results, and I will get the autopsy in the morning, and hopefully the doctor will be able to give me some of what they think and see.
We'll give them their number. They can contact them and get it from them.
But yeah, they're gonna know what we're here, what we're investigating, and that they're gonna think I killed him.
Why would they think that?
They always have said that.
Okay, this is where she said they're going to think I killed him. So this is a big problem for her. The jury's going to hear this. And let me tell you something right now. If I slugged old DT Driver with a 5-pound sack of potatoes, I better get my running shoes on and get the hell out of Dodge, because he'd be pissed.
I've always have said that. I told you it's because I'm the blue-eyed white dragon. That's what they call me. Because they don't want him with me. So he's basically just not really been around his family because he chooses me over them. Even after I've encouraged him numerous times to go over there and see his family.
Okay, David, tell me, what did you think watching her with that, please?
I thought the same thing you thought.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, why would the parents just jump to the conclusion that I killed him?
Mm-hmm.
Well, let me guess, what could be that? What could be that reason? You know, her demeanor when she's being interviewed. I mean, the earlier clip too, when the cop says, "Well, when did you start CPR?" The morning when I found him. It's 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
I mean,
after she went to bed, huh? Yeah. It's incredible to me how he's begging for help, begging for mercy, pleading for his life, saying he can't breathe, and she could go to bed. I mean, I'm thinking more like passed out. What do you think, David? They seem like there was a lot of drinking involved.
I mean, it's tough. I mean, she clearly, she's clearly indifferent to his plight. You know, I can't imagine being inebriated to the point where I'd say, I know I was had something to do, and gosh, I forgot. Oh yes, that was, I got it now. Unzip my boyfriend in the suitcase. I mean, this is just nuts. So, I don't know if they've done an evaluation on this woman to see if she's sociopathic, but I'm gonna go with she went to sleep indifferent to his plight until I have some reason to believe otherwise.
Mm-hmm. David Katz, so glad we have you on the program. Stand by for more questions, if you would, please. We're going to squeeze in a break. We're being told that the judge is... Well, our Court TV team has been poring over documents and was managing to piece together a bit of a picture of their relationship that had lots of ups and downs.
Ma'am, good morning. Your name? Sarah Boone.
45-year-old Sarah Boone is charged with the murder of her boyfriend, George Torres. She's accused of zipping him up into a suitcase and leaving him there until he suffocated. But this wasn't the first time police were summoned to the couple's home. Court documents show they had a history of domestic violence.
At one point, I started documenting everything.
Okay.
So you all will see in my pictures, bloody fingers, split foreheads, split my nose.
Sarah Boone and George Torres began dating in March of 2016. After her arrest, allegedly for Torres' death, police interrogated Boone about their relationship that was often marred by violence.
So every time that you guys fight, you both hit each other? So you should have probably gone to jail all those times that he went to jail for domestic? Oh, the one time I did.
In July of 2018, after a call to police, Torres told an officer that Boone strangled him until he was having trouble breathing. But she told police he dragged her up the stairs and kicked her. Both of them had injuries. Boone was arrested for aggravated battery by strangulation, and Torres was arrested for battery. Then in June of 2019, another report of domestic violence. Police noting Boone had red marks on her face and her neck. This time, only Torres was arrested for battery.
I had him arrested how many times?
But you also went down and bailed him out.
I know.
In August of 2019, Torres is again arrested for battery. This after Boone called 911, and both of them appeared to have minor injuries. According to the police report, Boone repeatedly says she is fed up with being hit. A week later, Torres is arrested again for allegedly hitting Boone. They've both been drinking, and when police arrive, Torres is hiding in the bathroom. Less than 6 months later, Torres is dead after being left in a suitcase for hours. According to Boone, they were drinking and playing hide and seek. Police say Boone is to blame. They've charged her with second-degree murder. Oh my, what a history these two have, huh? I want to bring back in my law enforcement expert guest. He's a retired DE.
Now, my Florida people, does second degree in Florida have intent behind it? That's what I'm concerned. That's what I'm wondering. Because if she seriously was just drunk, and not that there's any excuse, and went to bed. Now, we know that she took a video. We know she taunted him. Wouldn't that be manslaughter? But they're getting her with second degree. And I just know that in Oklahoma, second degree has intent behind it.
A senior special agent and now the founder and CEO of Global Security Group, David Katz, on the program with us today. David, my goodness, what do you think hearing about this history between the two of them?
this is a match made in heaven. I mean, you know, we're all very much aware and very sensitized to abuse cases where the man is beating the woman, where the woman is either unable to leave, there's children involved, she's economically dependent upon the abuser. But there are cases, and unfortunately there are more than we think, where either the abuse goes the other way or it's mutual abuse. We see that frequently. So, you know, just the dynamic between these two is toxic, and yet what do? They keep living together. Just, you know, you wonder why people do the things they do. And you know, if I could answer that question, I would be in great demand at solving these problems. But goodness gracious.
Right, David. I mean, there are even Facebook groups that are just made to discuss this case. There's so much interest in it. Our Matt Johnson was discovering all of these as he was doing research and reporting on this case for us. And I mean, look at all of them. These are just people just interested in just her case alone. And as I said at the start of our show this morning at 8 a.m., I can't even tell you, if I had a nickel for every time I got a message of what's going on with the Suitcase murder trial, I mean, I'd be rich. And I think I have an indication of what's going on.
Let me do a poll. Who do you think was the abuser in the relationship? Boone's Farm Barbie, Jorge Torres, or do you think it was mutual? Do you think it was 50-50 toxic? Because I'm on the fence about that. When I heard the potato sack story in public, outside of the Publix, I was like, this is crazy. And oh boy, the ex-husband, I think he was paying her so much money just to keep her the hell out of there. I'd rather pay crazy than be with crazy.
She is a difficult client. This is lawyer number 6 representing her, David. Lawyer number 6. And so that naturally, as you know, David, will postpone the progression of the case because each new lawyer has to get up to speed again and again and again. It's like they're all starting from square one and reviewing all of the pieces of evidence. We're still waiting. The judge is on some other cases, so I have time to show you another clip. This is a clip going back to that history, but this is from the perspective of Sarah Boone's ex-husband, who we know she called before she even called police. She called him when she got Jorge, her boyfriend, unzipped from that suitcase. Take a listen to what he told police.
Got over here, told her she needed to call 911, get somebody over here, and then basically she said she needed to go outside, have a drink and a cigarette.
Do you know if he has any medical issues or?
I don't.
Okay, but you've met him before?
I've met him before, yes. Okay. Yes, they've got a whole fun history.
Oh, really?
Oh, you guys have called over his life.
For the two of them?
Yeah, he's been around for like 5 times. So.
Really? Okay, I'm not familiar with that in here personally.
He's currently on parole because of it. So
because of domestic violence with her.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Last time he got everything, retrial, something or other. He had to go to a domestic violence class. Okay. I know he was doing it, a parole officer, stuff like that. But I mean, like, every time she had him arrested, the next day she was trying to get him bailed out of jail. So I don't know what it is.
And my understanding is the ex-husband is going to be called to testify to court. Now, you know, that can change in a second. We never know because trial got moved. Welcome to the family, The Collector. We have several new members today. We're all mad here rejoined. The Collector is in. Love it, love it. So glad you guys are here. Check out the members' lives. We have a lot of fun around here. Too much fun considering what we're talking about, but we keep it respectful and stick to the facts and the topic. Speaking of facts, Sarah has been writing letters again. An email was shared with me also about a letter that she replied to. I just need permission to share it before I do. Where when she writes people back, She thanks them for the fan mail. You guys are going to love this. Sarah thinks she has fans.
I'm Vinny Politan. Great to have you with us tonight here on Closing Arguments, talking about, off the top here, a story we've been covering since it happened. And when is it going to happen is the question. We're talking about the Suitcase murder trial. Now, we've covered cases through the years where body parts have been found in suitcases, right? Someone commits a murder. They chop the body up. They put body parts in suitcases. Maybe they throw them in the water. They leave them in the woods, whatever it is. And then someone discovers them. They've got to figure out who's the victim. And then they literally have to put the pieces of the case together. That's not this trial. That's not this trial. This trial, the suitcase is the instrument of death. Perhaps you could call it the murder weapon. Sarah Boone and George Torres, there they are. They had a bit of a volatile relationship from.
I think it's interesting how Spray Tan Vinny said this. The suitcase could be the murder weapon. Well, let's talk about that. What is the murder weapon? Her drunken behavior, the suitcase, their toxic relationship. See, that's going to be a problem. I don't know, but that's above my pay grade.
From time to time, I think there was some alcohol involved. Maybe they did some drugs. I don't know. But they had some problems. They weren't married, but they had some problems. But on this night, whatever was going on in that house, whatever they were doing, he ends up inside the suitcase. And it's zipped shut. Now, you can't zip it shut yourself, so she must have zipped the suitcase shut. Okay, maybe, I dare you, can you get in there? Whatever. But then he starts to struggle, and he starts to panic. And he needs to get out of the suitcase. And what does she do? Does she unzip him? No. She grabs, where is it? She grabs her cell phone and she starts recording and taunting him. Take a look.
Sarah.
For everything you've done to me.
Sarah.
For everything you've done to me.
Sarah.
You.
Sarah.
You.
Sarah.
Stupid.
Sarah.
That's my name. Don't wear it up.
Sarah. I can't breathe, babe. Seriously.
Yeah, that's when you do when you choke me.
Sarah. 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 Sarah, I can't breathe, babe.
That's on you.
Sarah, I can't breathe.
It's on you.
Sarah.
Real or ransom. I want to get video for it extra. Because I got this.
Sarah.
Real or ransom.
Sarah. Sarah, I can't breathe, babe.
Oh. That's what I feel like when you chewing on me.
Sarah.
You.
Breathe, Sarah.
Yeah. You should probably shut the up.
Sarah.
I agree 100% with Teddy. 100% that this video is going to seal her fate. I totally believe it will.
Okay. She doesn't let him out when she stops recording. No. She went to sleep, woke up the next day, waits till around noon or 1 o'clock to call 911 after calling her ex-husband first. He's dead. He's dead. And then, she had the whole story about playing hide and seek, etc. So this case, as I said, we've been covering since the beginning. We've had 12 trial dates. 12 times they've been delayed. I'm trying to figure out what's going on in this case. Why is this happening? Usually, from my experience, when you have this many delays, there's something going on with the defendant. We know she's switched attorneys a bunch of times here. I think we're learning a lot more tonight as Ted Rowlands, Court TV anchor, goes through a bunch of letters written by Sarah Boone.
Ms. Boone, I'm going to send you back to the Orange County Jail. I'm going to get your lawyer in the courtroom so we can get to the bottom of what he has or has not done.
Sarah Boone is on her 6th attorney, public defender Frank Bankowitz. He was a
6th attorney. And don't forget that grin of hers. Loves what's going on here. Loves her fan mail. I have dropped the link if anybody wants to come up and talk about our girl Sarah.
Appointed to her in the summer of 2022. They had an in-person meeting, but soon after, Boone says he dropped the ball and has not been representing her fairly. She's written multiple letters to Bankowitz and to the judge in her case. This one was on November 3rd of 2022.
Honorable Judge Wooten, forgive me in advance for having to utilize your invaluable time, but after not having any form of communication with my attorney appointed by you, now after 11 weeks, after sending 4 letters to my attorney appointed by you with no response, I am still waiting with a perpetual question mark over my head. What else can I do? Who else can I seek help from? I have you and God, Judge Wooten.
Boone sent another letter to the judge on December 5th of the same year. In it, she alleged that she had only spent a total of 2 hours with her attorney in about 5 months.
Where's my attorney?
Boone also expressed concern about investigators releasing shocking video found on her cell phone where she taunts her boyfriend after zipping him into a suitcase.
For everything you've done to me, Sarah. For everything you've done to me.
There's nowhere I am not known.
Just over a month later, after Bankowitz tried to withdraw as her attorney, she wrote to him again.
You must understand how insignificant I have been made to feel with the never-ending debacles, hurdles, and stumbling blocks. No one seems to listen, ever.
Then, on March 22nd,
why can I not be in attendance and participate in my pretrial conference? Help me understand, please. How can Court TV, different news channels, and even professional YouTubers attend my pretrial conference and I cannot? The same 2 phone numbers you've given me still do not work.
Sarah got ghosted. It's like Sarah met a boyfriend at the Sonic and he's like, oh yeah, here's my phone number, but he just gave her the wrong digits. So the last 2 phone numbers you gave me don't work. They don't work. Who would do that to Sarah? I'm really surprised they didn't try to pull some kind of mental illness card or bring up alcoholism. I'm really surprised about that. They went down in the gutter with this battered women syndrome. I tell you what, that chaps my ass to no end, because there are truly victims out there that have suffered domestic violence, and this makes a joke. This makes a joke out of them. If you guys remember, depends on how old you are or you've heard about it, the burning bed. Francine Hughes. She was a punching bag for her drunk ass, no working husband for years. She'd had it. Now, YouTube won't allow me to tell you what she did, but she was acquitted. I don't think Boone's Farm is going to get that.
The other number rings and rings and rings.
Boone's pleading and questions continue in her next 2 letters.
I am still waiting patiently and respectfully 6,480 hours later. 6 attorneys later, almost 3.5 years. My truth needs to be heard, and it is my right. At what point do you evaluate and intercede in a case to make sure there is proper advancement, regular communication, ethical treatment of client is being upheld, time frames are being met? Is a perpetual question mark over a defendant's head the norm during a case due to inactivity, no communication, no help or intervention, or answers being given by anyone in the justice system?
All right, let's bring in our think tank. Joining us tonight in Atlanta, Georgia, criminal defense attorney Eklund Mercy. Also with us in Los Angeles, California, former federal prosecutor Nima Romani. And in Phoenix, Arizona, the lawyer who represented Jodi Arias. He hates her more than you. Kirk Nurmi. All right, show of hands. Who wants to take Sarah Boone's case? Who wants her as a client? Oh, boy. What's going on here, Eklund?
Unfortunately, this happens so often. We have defendants who believe that the court is like TV, not court TV, but it's like the sitcoms, and they believe that things are happening fast and we have to talk about the case every day. And in actuality, you just can't afford that type of time. The public defender's office is swamped. The same representation that one client needs, everybody else needs. And with cases like this, the pretrial conference and all of that, it's essentially, when you're dealing with a trial like that, it's a hurry up and wait until it is around trial time, and all you get is face-to-face time with your client. That whole let's hold hands way before we even have a court date isn't feasible for a public defender.
Kirk Nurmi, you have a history with some high-maintenance clients, I think. I'm trying to remember. But anyway, what do you think's going on here? Is she getting the short end of the stick? Does she have something here? Is she a difficult client? 6 different lawyers.
Yeah, I mean, she's definitely a difficult client, Vinny, and I don't think she is in any way, shape, or form getting the short end of the stick. What she's hearing is probably things that she doesn't want to hear. So she wants to keep interacting with her lawyer and thought that, something will change, right? And she's on her 6th now. So she's probably had 5 attorneys tell her that she doesn't have a winnable case and that she considered taking a plea agreement.
I totally believe this guy. It's not that. She just doesn't like what she's being told. She's had attorney after attorney after attorney say, take a plea deal. She doesn't want to hear that. She wants to hear you have a winnable case. We can fool the jury. We can tell them you were a battered woman.
We heard in court now they're searching for an expert, a domestic violence expert, and they can't find one because nobody wants to be associated with her. And I'm sure her attorney has informed her of just that.
That's what I said. They don't want to be associated, because even if you're an expert witness, let's say you're getting paid out the ass. I mean, enough to pay off your Mercedes, enough to pay off your house. You still have to continue working. And if you hitch your pony to this cart and you get laughed out of the courthouse, nobody would ever use you again. No one.
And that she has to wait until they can find an expert that is willing to take her case. She's not satisfied with that, so she's going to look for her 7th attorney. She's going to complain to the judge. She is high maintenance and certainly believes that she deserves something that other clients do not.
Another reason in the criminal justice system that it can be a little bit, I don't want to say easier, but a little less stressful to be a prosecutor, Kirk. I mean, Nima. I'm sorry.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Eklund and Kirk are the experts on crazy clients. So fortunately, I've never had to deal with this, at least on the defense side. But
oh, STFU. Did he just call Sarah crazy? Did he say the Boone's Farm Barbie is a crazy client? That's what it sounds like to me.
I've handled enough cases to know that Sarah Boone is the common denominator. When you go through lawyer after lawyer, you got to start looking at the man or the woman in the mirror. I mean, you're the problem, certainly not the defense lawyers in this case. And obviously, it takes a special type of someone to kill her boyfriend and, record it and let him suffer a pretty cruel and horrific death. But someone like this, and we're actually seeing it right now in the case that's being covered on Court TV, the Border Patrol case, Burgos Avila. You have these criminal defendants that are narcissistic. They think that they're the victim even though they've engaged in these horrific crimes. So something we don't typically see, but I think we're seeing it with Boone in that other case.
Eklund, let me play a little bit of the body cam from this case. Here's Sarah Boone describing the incident.
The problem is I fell asleep. I fell asleep.
When did you do CPR?
This morning when I found it.
Before you called?
Yes.
1 o'clock right now.
I tried. I was awake, but I actually got out of the bed at like 12:30ish, whatever. So I came downstairs and I was like, oh, he's in the suitcase still.
She forgot she left him in the suitcase, Eklund.
This is bad. This is bad. So it's so bad that any attorney trying to tell her how bad it is, she's not going to listen. In her mind, that explanation was sufficient. She's practiced that. That was something that she looked over and say, I'm gonna just say this and they're gonna understand me. Even you saw the pause with, oh my God, like it's bad. And she's thinking it'll take I don't care how good of an attorney you are, it's really bad. Everything that she did afterwards. And the hard part is it's her own doing. She's the one who talked to the police officers. Again, you have the right to remain silent. She's the one who made the video. She's the one who did it. So it's all on her. So the case is lost because of her own actions. It's bad. It's bad.
Yeah. And Kirk, Eklund makes a great point about the defendant, taking photographs at the crime scene, right? Like when you do that, it clearly, you're like handing the case to the prosecution if you're recording things like at the time of the killing.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. That doesn't help. And in this situation, when we can see the victim, we can hear his pleas, it's twice as bad, right? And we almost hear a confession of sorts on there. That's what it feels like when you choke me. That's why you cheat on me. Blah, blah, blah. And she's laughing at him, mocking him. It's unbelievable that she would take the time to record this and do this. So, yeah, I mean, this is really, this trial is going to be a long form guilty plea. Any lawyer can lose this trial in a day or two. It's not going to be that big a deal once it finally gets to trial. And she knows that. She's going to raise as big a stink as possible until she actually gets to trial.
Yeah, when it gets to trial. I'm telling I can't.
And that is the truth. She is going to raise as big of a stink as possible. Hell, we saw her outside of the apartment complex. Now, look at this letter with me. This was shared. I have to put it on a different screen so I can see it better. This is from Sarah Boone to one of our friends in here. It says, persistence pays off. I did get your first letter, actually, but as you can understand, I'm sure my apprehensions in corresponding with anyone. Honestly, you're the first. I pray your intentions are honorable, imagining some of the fan mail I receive promising the world. Unfortunately, with ugly ulterior motives. I'm curious to see what your definition of support is, and nonetheless in a multitude of ways. I hope I'm not wasting my pen ink. Don't waste her pen ink. Listen to that. Fan mail. I'm curious to see what your definition of support is, and nonetheless, a multitude of ways. I hope I'm not wasting my pen ink. For starters, can you send me pictures? 5 envelopes? One of you, of course, but also something cute or colorful or funny, or how about all of the above? Maybe a unicorn, yes please. Fluffy kittens, pretty rainbows. Super overdue for some happy. Let's see what you got. Talk to you later, SB. Woo! Woo! Send her some envelopes. Unicorns. Fluffy kittens. Pretty rainbows. She's super overdue for some happy. Look at her go. Even from behind bars. Even from behind bars. She's got all kinds of demands. Fan mail. I love the end. Let's see what you got. From my understanding, the other letter that came out is very rude. What she sent was very rude. Well, I tell you who she's not corresponding with, besides Beigefield, and that would be her victim's family, because they truly are brokenhearted.
2 years ago in Winter Park, Florida, George Torres was zipped into his suitcase by his girlfriend. Why Sarah Boone did that? She says it was a game of hide and seek, but she's going to have to tell that to a jury. Because she whipped out her phone afterwards and videotaped him begging for his life as he slowly suffocated. Up until now, his parents have not spoken, his family has not spoken, but tonight they are. I'm joined by the reporter who got that interview for us, News Nation national correspondent Alex Capriello. He joins me live. That trial is coming up July 4th, and you are hearing exclusively from the parents. What did they tell you about what they know about the case?
Yeah, it really dawned on me, Ashley, that there's been so much attention on Sarah Boone, so much focus on the bizarreness of this trial that perhaps no one has ever really taken time to speak to the Torres family. And it turns out my suspicions were correct. Within the 3 years since Sarah was arrested, they haven't spoken to any national or local media outlets, had the chance to say their side of the story. So we sat down at their kitchen table and they really just opened up to me all about who George was, what he meant to their family, and also, of course, his relationship with Sarah, which, by the way, they never approved of. But interestingly, Ashley, George's mother tells me that she has a great deal of sympathy for Sarah because if she is convicted, she'll never have the opportunity to raise her son like she did with her many children. Take a listen.
He was a good son. He wasn't perfect, but he was a good son. And every time that he come here, every time, he just stand in that wall and he said, Mom, I love you. Mom, I love you. I said, I know you love me. They come and give me a hug. And then he look at his father and he said, Pop, you're my hero. You're my hero. He was a father. He was my son. He was an uncle. He was a cousin. And he was a friend. I was a nephew. She don't kill only my son. I feel sad for her. I don't feel sorry. I feel sad. And I don't hate her. Really, I don't. I don't have that in my heart. I never hate nobody.
Gosh, so powerful to sit there with her as she explained more about her son. Interestingly, she said that she's never seen that cell phone video that shows George locked up in that briefcase, or I'm sorry, that suitcase. She says she has no intention of seeing it, but she will be there at the trial seeking justice.
It's going to play at the trial. I hope they give her a big advance warning because it is hard for us to watch it. I can't imagine a mother hearing her son begging like that. You also spoke with George's brother, Ezekiel Torres. It was off camera. What does he think about what happened?
Yeah, it was really a struggle for Ezekiel to talk about his older brother, George, because for so long during this relationship between George and Sarah, the family just disapproved of it. They disapproved of Sarah. And so Ezekiel told me that when he saw Sarah and George walking toward him, he'd turn his back and walk away. And that now has led to an immense amount of regret that he has, that he didn't have a chance to actually say goodbye to his brother. So he's certainly going to be at that trial. He wants to see a guilty conviction come down because he sees that as the only way that his brother and his family, who are just so heartbroken, can get justice.
Alex Capriello, a fantastic exclusive interview. Congratulations for landing that, and thank you for bringing it to us. I appreciate it. Alex Capriello.
Imagine when the white devil is sitting there. She said that's what they call her. And then it was the blue-eyed white devil. Then we heard white dragon, like she's a damn Power Ranger. When she's sitting there in the hot seat and his family comes in, because that's what she seemed to be very worried about. Hello, Collector. How are you? Are you there? I see you're not muted. Hello? 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 Are you connected? He said, let me restart. He's going to try it again. Tracy said, wow, asking for envelopes and pictures. Self-entitled much? Well, she also spoke to the law enforcement and said, get me a Dr. Pepper. I have cotton mouth. Go out on the patio and get me a cigarette. The cups are in there. How dare you bother her after an excruciating night of hide and seek, puzzles, and art? That's how Sarah gets down. All right, I'm going to put my email in the chat. You can also find it on the About tab. If you would like your own Sarah Boone t-shirt, send it to cll2020@gmail.com. We're going to get trial ready. There it is on the screen. That's my name. Don't wear it out. There's actually instead of saying Boone's Farm, it actually says Boone's Farm Barbie. Everybody's going to have one of these. I already had one order today. Shani said she needs one in a size medium. Tracy said, Lala said box wine. Yeah, don't be knocking on the box wine. Don't be knocking on the box wine. Thank you, Just Me, for putting that in there. Thank you very much. Sorry I missed the collector. Hopefully can get connected the next time. I'm not sure. Okay, so probably over the weekend, we will be doing a members live. So check the community tab. You know what it looks like when it's for members. It'll just say members only with asterisks, members only. We're going to be celebrating my husband's birthday this weekend. So got a lot of stuff going on there. We definitely have a members live on Tuesday, and that's going to be for all the July birthdays. And if I do not see you in the members live over the weekend, or in Discord, or in one of the Facebook groups, then I will see you back here Monday morning at 9 a.m. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the donations. Thank you for the gifted memberships. Thank you for being my friend. Thank you for being you, bringing your opinions, bringing your theories, and knowing that we can talk about anything around here. Mod Squad, thanks for keeping it real, and you guys have a great TGIF.